What's good, everybody? It's Kels here from YouTube. Today's video, we are going to be talking about why and how it is scary to live on your own and move out of your parents' crib. First things first is I've been really living on my own, in all honesty, since I've been 18 years old, since I first moved out to college. When I was 18, I had, of course, everybody, you move out of your parents' crib, you go live in a dorm, you go be with people and stuff like that. That's your real first test into living on your own. You don't have nobody telling you to go to class. You don't have nobody telling you to go to practice. You don't have nobody telling you to do anything. You don't have a certain like a person above you, truly, honestly, unless you're in sports, of course, and of course, you got your coach and stuff like that telling you what to do at a certain time frame, but I'm talking about in the real life outside of sports when you're just living by yourself. This is your first real test. But if you never went to college, then you've never really got that experience. So a college is not for everybody as well. So I'm not telling you that you have to go to college to get a first experience or anything like that. I'm just saying people who have went to college, they got the first taste out the gate as a freshman. Now, if you are still living with your parents right now, or living with a roommate, or living with a friend, anything to where it's not you're living on your own, you're paying your own bills, you need to give yourself a round of applause and you need to look at this as a blessing. This video is for you too, for people who are not living on their own, or people who are still living with their parents, or potentially have a roommate to where they're getting well, if you living with a roommate, you are living on your own. You're not living with your parents, so that doesn't count. But if you are living with your parents, or let's say living with an aunt, an uncle, a certain family member to where you're not on your own, this video is still for you because I am here to tell you exactly what you are going to need to expect. I'm here to tell you exactly how you're going to be emotionally. I'm here to tell you exactly how you're going to be mentally, physically, the whole nine. Everything's going to change. And the truth is why everything changes and why everything becomes so much more deep is because the first step is bills. So with bills is you depending on your situation, like let's say if you're in college or living in a college dorm, you don't really have to worry about bills besides whatever they're requiring you to pay. If you are living off campus in an apartment, you got to pay bills. But if you are living on campus with an apartment, you usually only got to pay just either the rent that they're asking for, or it's only one bill. Even they're taking care of everything else. You feel what I'm saying? When you're living on your own outside of college and you don't have like a dorm or RA and stuff like that, you're paying real bills. And I'm talking about your light bill. I'm talking about your Wi-Fi bill, because everybody needs Wi-Fi. Everybody wants electricity, heat, coolant, and then you got to pay. You got your rent, and depending on where you stay at, rent is going to be high. And then you have to worry about, and this is a bill that nobody really talks about, but it's one of the biggest bills that you're going to have to deal with, is the grocery bill. Yes, groceries are a bill, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing. The first thing that is going to catch you off guard is how fast everything is happening. Before you blink, the first of a month is already here again. I kid you not. Every 1 week feels like two has went by, because it feels like every single time you look up, rent is paid. So one of the first steps and one of the first keys I want to give you is at least put away 3 to 6 months worth of rent. Because if you put away at least 3 to 6 months worth of rent, it gives yourself a chance to breathe, and it gives yourself a chance to make money and focus on other avenues to where you can make more money, so where that the rent pay isn't killing your whole month and isn't killing your whole paycheck every single time, so that you can enjoy your paycheck or enjoy your money. So the first thing you want to do, put away some rent money so the way you can be comfortable just for a couple months, because you don't want to be stressing every first of the month. That's no way to live. The second thing you want to do is I had to learn this the hard way, and I had to learn this through process, is you truly want to write down all your bills and get them in order, and get it to where you have all your bill money put to the side, so the way that you know that if you have a rainy day, if you have a day to where you lost your job, if you lost your car, if you lost anything that was very valuable to you, that was helping you make money or help you get some money, you still have something to settle back on, as to where okay, this was paid, this was paid, this was paid, and I had this in order, this in order, this in order, so that way that when time has come, you don't want to be rushing and scrambling, trying to get all your bills in order, asking for help here, asking for help there, or you don't want to be in a position to where you're stressed out and you have to, by asking for help, I mean like asking the companies, can I get more time to pay? Or you don't want to be in a position to where you're asking, let's say your tenant, can I get more time to pay my rent? You know what I'm saying? These are bills and stuff like that that you need to write down and you need to have in paper on a wall so that way that it doesn't hit you off guard, because bills will hit you off guard, and by you not knowing the due date of that bill or when it needs to be due, it will tag you off guard. Another thing that you need to know and focus on is it matters. It matters when you have neighbors, and it matters to where your place of living matters. Your environment heavily matters. So if you're a person to where you like peace and quiet and stuff like that, you want to choose your place specifically. You feel me? You don't want to be in a college town, or you don't want to be in a place where it's a bunch of young people, or it's a place where, it's a lot of parties and stuff like that. Now, if you are young, and if you are in your young 20s, young 30s, or coming up from your young teens, then yes, you want to be in a college town, or you want to be in a place, in a city-like place, in a place where it's more lit, more action, more volume, more people, more things to where you can interact and connect. And those are even greater for people who are on social media and they're trying to find a way to connect with more people. Now, what you need to be ready for is the food. Now, groceries is going to be going faster than ever. Now, if you have a link card out here, or if you know somebody with a link card, then I would highly, highly suggest you use it, ask them for it, pay for it, or find a way to get up under that link card with them and get some type of help. Because I am telling you, groceries are at an all-time high, and you'll get 20 items and you'll get 10 items and it'll cost you $200. And it is shameful. And you'll be going through that within 3-4 days, within a week. So one of the first things I want you to try to do is just try to find or look for somebody with a link card. The college students have link cards all the time. Your parents or your grandparents may have link cards. A friend of yours may have a link card, or you yourself may qualify for a link card. Try it yourself. But a link card is going to really, really help with the food. Now, if you can't get a link card, what I would first suggest is you find a way to get food stamps. Now, if you can't get food stamps or a link card and you have to pay for everything out of pocket, then I would highly suggest you treat your grocery bills and your groceries as it is a bill, and go write it down and put it up under all these under bills with the lights, the rent, with the Wi-Fi, any other bill it is, put it up under there. And now you have to save and put away for that. Now, all this is to say is the money that you are making from your job, and whether you have 1 income, 2 income, 3 incomes, whatever you're making from your job, everything that you are making in, until everything is paid off, you need to forget about it. It's not even your check. It's not even your money. Forget about it. And you need to focus on what you have after bills are paid, because that's your real money. That's what you really have to your name. And even at that point, you need to be a little scared and a little worried that this could potentially go fast. So you need to save and be calm about that too. Now, I am saying all this to say that I have learned this through the process of, when I was 18, I went to college. I stayed in my own dorm rooms. After college, I got my own apartment, and I was living in a studio apartment, paying my own bills there. Now I have moved to a 2-bedroom apartment, and I am paying all these bills. So I am learning everything step by step. I'm only 26 years old, so I have a lot more learning to do. And of course, this is not going to be my only place or my last place. So there's going to be more bills and more expensive things that I'm going to have to pay for in the future, because I want a better place for myself. I want a better life for myself. So I have to give that to myself. But I'm here to tell you is that it's not going to be easy, but if you take these steps of caring about having all your bills paid first, and then having 3 to 6 months worth of rent put to the side, having those 2 things will just give you a breath of fresh air and a better mental space to where you can make money in other avenues and be able to create in other ways to where you're not stressed out about life. Living on your own is not easy. Living on your own is a little scary, and living on your own is a risk, but the reward is so much better than the risk, because I love having my own space. I love being able to talk as loudly as I want, be as loud as I want, do whatever I want, wake up, go to sleep whenever I want, turn on TV, play the game, listen to music, just I mean, everything is on my account. And that's the thing. When you live on your own, everything that you can have whoever you want coming to your place, whatever girl you want coming to your place, whatever, whatever friend you want coming to your place. Even if you don't want a family member that comes, you can control whatever family members come to your place. You can control whatever girls. It doesn't matter. You're in so much control of your own life. It's a beautiful thing that you literally get to be free. You get to have your own freedom. You have your own everything. You don't have to worry about nobody being over your shoulder telling you when to come home, when you can wake up, what's too loud, what. You don't have to worry about nothing. Everything is on you. And I just want you to know that if you take that leap of faith, be prepared for these things first, so that way that in your studio apartment, in your nice apartment, in your penthouse, in your house, whatever you are in for the first time, because everybody's not in something great for the first time, but sometimes people are in something great for the first time. But whatever you are in for the very first time, I want you to prepare those two things and then get ready to live your life. Because I want you to also be prepared and be ready for lonely nights. Quiet. It's very quiet in your place. It's very lonely if you don't have a girlfriend or somebody that you're living with. I want you to be prepared for just learning how to live alone if you haven't before, and being okay in that space and living alone. I personally want and feel that everybody should try and go out and get their own place, but everybody gets their own place at different times, and everybody can't get their own place because, credit, money, past evictions, past life, you're not stable enough. Whatever the situation may be to where you don't have your own place, do whatever it takes to move out of your parents' crib, to move out of your family member crib, to get into your own space so that you can feel what it feels like to really be on your own and be an adult and be out here alone like the rest of the world. And I'm not saying that you have to be alone. You could have a girlfriend or roommate and still be living on your own. That's still living on your own. But you don't know what it truly feels like to be on your own until you officially got your own place with somebody else or by yourself. If you are new here, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment on what you think about this video and what you think about living on your own. If you're returning, thank you again for watching. I appreciate you as well. I'll be back soon.